The tape for this amateur title fight.
Tail of the tape for this amateur title fight. We got Fry, age 23. We got Stanislav Rakov at 21. A little bit of a height discrepancy, 5'5" for Fry, 5'7" Rakov. Right on the same weight, 124, 125, and perfectly identical reach at 67 inches. Our first 5-round fight of the night. Title on the line.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be taking a brief intermission following this final amateur fight brought to you by R.J. Olson Plumbing and Heating. And this final amateur fight is for the vacant Cage Titans Amateur Flyweight Championship, scheduled for 5 rounds, 3 minutes apiece. Introducing to you first, standing in the red corner, with an amateur mixed martial arts record of 1-0. He stands 5 feet 5 inches tall, and he weighed in at 124 pounds. From Providence, Rhode Island, he's representing Team Rockstar. Let's hear it for Joziah King Fry. And now, introducing his opponent, standing across from him in the blue corner, with an amateur mixed martial arts record of 4-3. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, and he weighed in at 125 pounds. From New Haven, Connecticut, he's representing FAA Connecticut. Let's hear it for Stanislav Rakov. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of this amateur flyweight championship fight is the Kevin McDonald. All right, here we go. No longer Kevin McDonald. He is now the Kevin McDonald. With a mustache like that.
It's a fantastic mustache. We got Rakov in the black. We have Fry with the black with the blue trim.
And little white polka dots on the trunks of Rakov, who throws a left hand early, but Fry immediately in on the wrestling range.
Right away to the shot.
And you had to expect this, right?
Got to get his hands out of the cage there.
Rakov has 3 out of his 4 victories come by way of KO or TKO. So you know Fry wants to be here. This is a great place for him to be within the first 30 seconds of the fight.
Isolating that arm right away.
High-level wrestler, holding the position.
And this is a 5-round fight. Stanislav has put the time in his MMA career. Fry jumping into a high-paced environment. Only his second fight in his first week of fighting. He hasn't even been fighting 2 weeks. He fought Sunday. It's Saturday. Less than a week.
And you wonder if this is part of the game plan, right? You wonder where his conditioning's at. I mean, he just did prepare for a fight. And you know, wrestlers are always in shape, man. I feel like they're always in shape, and a guy with this pedigree stays in shape, just coming off a victory.
He's getting that handcuff there.
Yeah, he's trying to hold that hand in position.
Isolate it. He's going to try and isolate that arm for Americano or something of the sort.
It looks like he's trying to slide over to that half.
Crucifix position here, looks like. That might be it. And good explosion out of it from Rakov.
Yeah, he had to get his back to get up there. That was a good move. Working his way back to his feet. Trying to work for the cage a little bit. Fry's trying to get up and get that hook in. It's just not quite there. Drags him to the ground.
You can see the wrestling credentials on display here for Joziah Fry. Just the hips, the way he's floating and staying in control with these grappling scrambles. It's a pedigree we haven't seen, especially of someone in their second amateur fight.
Rakov is doing a good job defending here. He's keeping up with the positions. It's just that, you know, Fry is just one step ahead here with the experience. Go for the arm triangle, to be careful there. Way to explode up.
Yeah, he's like a wet blanket. He's staying right on him.
Yep.
As Rakov tries to move, he's just floating on top of him, ending up in the next position.
Yep.
He's happy enough to float from the back. Control position. It's a good place for Fry to be. He's close to his corner, listening to the instructions from Greg Rebello here. And he's starting to land some shots. Rakov back to his feet. Now let's see if he can turn in, if he can break these hands, drive his hip out, and turn in.
Hey, it dumps him right on his head.
Yep.
With the mat return there, does Joziah Fry. We've seen several styles of takedown attempts from Fry already, showing just how versatile his wrestling skill set is. And Rakov mitigating a lot of the damage and positional advantages here. He's got that MMA experience in his back pocket, though. We'll see how this goes as the fight goes on.
100%.
See what adjustments he can make in between these rounds. He's got Nick Newell in his corner. He's going to give him some great advice. And Fry can fight like this all night.
Absolutely.
Wrestlers can stay in these positions. They do hours and hours on the mats in these types of exchanges. So this is a great place for him to be. It's not going to be as tiring as being stuck on his feet in a bad position. Rakov needs to find a way to get to the center and keep the center engaged.
But Rakov has done a great job of constantly scrambling. Let's see what they have in the corner for him.
So can't hear anything out of the corner cam right now.
I don't think we got any audio over there. I don't think they're mic'd up. Well, no corner advice for us, apparently. But I'm sure whatever Nick had to say was very important and applicable. Rakov doing a great job keeping the scrambles up. I'd like him to see him start to stay low, get ready for that shot, and fake some uppercuts and some knees up the middle. Start to discourage him from those shots, from just taking shots. Make sure he has to think about it as he comes in. Watch the shot as he comes in immediately.
Shoot immediately.
Right there.
Immediate indeed. Not even 2 seconds into the round, he's in on the hips.
He's got one leg.
Certainly trying to implement that wrestler's pace, and we finally made it out of a first round again in an amateur fight. Johnny Cupcakes Campbell got the wrestler versus the striker. Wrestler's winning. What kind of adjustments does Rakov have to make? Look.
Rakov has to keep doing what he's doing right now and keep getting an underhook, start working onto his side. It is going to be very difficult. Every time that Fry gets his hands locked, man, he has a vice grip that is making it almost impossible for Rakov to move. Rakov has to just go for broke and try to get some space.
And Fry's doing a good job of keeping himself in between Rakov and the cage, in the cage, so that he can't use it to pry himself up, because that's really the only thing an MMA fighter is going to do, is they're going to try and get to the cage, pry off, but in open water, a seasoned wrestler is going to have a good time pinning those shoulders to the ground.
And he does a great job of controlling the legs, too. You see how his left leg is hooked around. He's not just trying to control his upper body. He's also controlling his legs. So if he loses position on one, he still has the other. And it's becoming very difficult for Rakov to move out of these positions.
He's trying to go for an arm triangle.
He doesn't have the arm in.
Yeah, it's too far.
Just making him uncomfortable, trying to flatten him out more like. He's finding opportunities to fire off some ground and pound like that. Now he's posturing up and landing some, but he's always staying busy with the strikes. And I'm very impressed with that with Fry.
You see him.
Rakov always working, though. Nice job.
Rakov is moving, though.
He needs more of that. He needs more of that. Tiny shots.
He needs
more
to find a way to get out of this position and create some space.
Yep. He's got to keep his head pushed to the ground here.
He's got to push that head down.
Find that exit. Yep, keep the head pushed down. Strike while he can. Strike where he can. Wherever he can score, he's going to have to figure it out.
You can get a couple shots to the side of the head right here.
Right.
He's
right
trying
now.
to limp that leg out.
Nope.
He's trying to, exactly, he danced around.
He got out, but right back into it. Right, he's got to get right up.
This chain wrestling is exhausting.
Yeah, wet blanket pace, no doubt, from Fry. The second Rakov escape, there it is, a nice bite on another deep single or double, and there it is, finishing the execution of that single leg.
You guys got to remember, collegiate wrestling is go all the time. He can keep this pace up for 3 3-minute rounds.
Scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds, though.
Pardon me, 5. I forgot this for a title.
30 seconds to go in round 2. All top pressure from Joziah Fry with ground and pound mixed in between.
Fry's happy staying here for the rest of the round. That's going to be 2 rounds to 0. He'll just hold this position, ride the round out. looking dominant overall with the wrestling.
Yep.
He's wasting no energy on the feet. He doesn't want anything to do with the feet. He knows his key to victory, and now he has evidence of what his key to victory is. He's just won 2 rounds decisively with his wrestling. He's going to continue to wrestle this entire fight.
Yep.
No secret to what his game plan is.
Right.
And execution's perfect.
Don't fix what ain't broken. Don't change anything up. Rakov's got to be a little bit more urgent on his exits, and wherever he can find the space to strike, if he gets that guy, Fry's head down between his legs, he needs to start scoring. Any place that he can start disrupting his balance or hurting him or making him discouraged to come back in, but he's not giving him anything to respect coming in. He has to start faking knees, uppercuts, make it a little bit dirty, because otherwise that shot is there for Fry all night long.
And to your point, Jay, that's what Rakov's got to do, right? He's going to hold his ground a little bit. Sometimes when you start to try to move away from the wrestler, it's easier for them. Sometimes holding your ground and being prepared to let one rip when they come in and time that shot is so important. We'll see what he can do here.
Right away.
He hooks that leg.
It's a beautiful shot.
Takedown.
It's a beautiful shot.
No wasted time.
And you saw
no wasted
Got the
movement.
Dagestani handcuff.
Right against the cage, back in his corner.
And notice how Fry keeps his knees above the knee line here, so he can't get the hips. He can't turn in. See, he's got to turn on his side here. He can just sit here now. Just pure dominant position. As long as his legs are above the hip line or the knee line, he can go right into mount. Bang, right there. There it was. Start playing with these. He can ride, get to the chest. The only way this position could be better is if, Rakov's head was center of the cage. It's quite literally it. He's doing a great job position to position.
Pure dominance through 2 rounds, and starting off much the same for Fry in round 3. Johnny Cupcakes Campbell. What do you see in this young pupil? Only 1 amateur fight in. Very impressive.
Man, less than 2 weeks experience. The wrestling, unbelievable. Rakov back to his feet, though. This is where he needs to make some ground up as soon as possible.
Yeah, and it looks like Fry trying to get his hands moving right now, throwing some boxing combinations, giving Rakov a puncher's chance there, but now he is back on a single again. And completes it. 2 points for a takedown there.
Yeah, it shows that Fry's not afraid to stand there and bang a little bit, but it was smart for him to go right back to the takedown.
Yeah.
That's what's winning him the fight. Don't get crazy. Don't start to get in these striking exchanges where Rakov has a much better chance.
Sticking to the bread and butter.
And this just starts to wear on you.
On your confidence, on your skill, on your body, right?
Yes, not just physically, but mentally. You're back on the mat again. You're breathing, and they're just riding you.
Yep. Every single time you get up, you're thrown back down to the ground a different way.
And you
right?
see that good head control from Fry, too.
Ooh, good.
Those good shots. Those shots hurt.
And he's mostly dominating with his wrestling, but he is finding ways to mix in some strikes. But what he does is he does a couple strikes, and then he's right back to controlling them. He has no chance to scramble. Sometimes when you posture up too much and you get crazy, it gives the guy the opportunity.
You lose the position, yep. But he's never given that up. He couple strikes, back to position. Couple strikes, back to position, which is flawless. There's nothing you can do with that, you know?
I love it. Palm on the face, disrupt the breathing, lands a nice punch.
Right here in front of the commentary booth.
Yeah, he's making it real uncomfortable for Rakov.
Really sweating on us here. 10 seconds left in the round. Ooh, and he's unloading.
Wow, hammer
Ooh,
fist from Fry.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn.
Kicking up the aggression big time here in round 3.
Oh, what a round. Oh, my goodness, what a round that was.
Joziah Fry turning up the intensity with the ground and pound. Greg Rebello fired up in the corner as well. The lovely Morgan and Lexi getting us ready for the championship rounds here.
He landed some big shots there at the end.
Replay coming. Look at that, firing off a jab, trying to get some involvement going in the striking exchanges, using the right hand to dive in on another takedown attempt. And we see the ground and pound here, punctuating the 3rd round from Joziah Fry. Excellent work from the wrestling-based Fry.
Big flurry at the end here. And he knew it was the end of the round. Very good fight IQ there, posturing up, he's not worried about the scramble anymore, delivers some big punches and end the round strong. Over 3 rounds, he's looked completely dominant. Rakov's still in it, but he's got to find a way to not end up on his back. Neither guy looks too fatigued. They got 2 more rounds in them easy.
Championship rounds underway. Rakov really needs to pull a rabbit out of the hat.
Fry tried to touch gloves. Rakov's like, I don't want you that close to me. You've been taking me down all night. I'm not touching your gloves. He's right back in on a single.
And he gets it.
Turns that angle, and we're right back to the ground.
And you know, Stanislav Rakov was originally preparing for Matt Martinez, a Sityodtong striker, and within 4 days it completely changed the opponent with this kind of style. But a testament to FAA Connecticut, Nick Newell's gym. They take all comers and they understand that that's part of the amateur game. You got to make those adjustments on the fly. It's all going to be wiped when you go. So this is a huge learning experience for Rakov right now, who's not able to make the adjustments in real time against the wrestling dominance. But Johnny Cupcakes, one more time, what is Rakov? It's been 4 rounds. He hasn't changed anything yet. What does he have to do to go for broke and find an avenue to win here?
He's got to scoot to that cage as soon as he possibly can. Like Jay was saying earlier, he's got to use that cage to try to peel Fry off of him in some way. But it's going to be really tough at this point. Fry's just weighed on so much. But Rakov, he's always in this fight. He gets to those feet, anything can happen.
Yeah, indeed. There's no quitting Rakov. He is very much in the fight. It's just the control of Joziah Fry. It's just been unstoppable this whole fight.
He's not quitting. He's not stopping movement, but he's just getting out-wrestled.
I think, okay, never mind. I thought he was setting up a head and arm here.
He's starting to trap that arm a little bit. And he's trying to grab that hand again, open up for some strikes. Rakov's trying to work to his feet, but he's just going from back to mount, back to side control, flowing from position. Now he's pinning that arm down.
And it's been all Joziah Fry, though. Non-stop dominance. Getting every takedown. The ground and pound has been upping in intensity and frequency every single round. Very impressed from this young pupil.
And he finds himself in a bad position here.
Full crucifix now for Joziah Fry.
Trapped. He's able to work his arm out, get out of the crucifix for a moment. Fry's trying to set it back up again, trying to push that wrist down, put his leg over and control that position.
It has been all Joziah Fry.
4 rounds in the books, sheer dominance. Maddie and Morgan getting us ready for the 5th and final round. Team Rockstar is going to be happy with their pupil, Luis Felix and Greg Rebello. Ecstatic thus far through 4 rounds. Stanislav Rakov, he's on the wrong end of 4 rounds. He's not even taking the stool. That's how ready he is to go in and get a finish right here. Showing no signs of fatigue. All heart in that young man right there. Very promising careers for both of these guys, regardless of how this 5th and final round goes.
Yeah, Nick Newell's in his corner. It looks like he's telling him, you got to go all out. He's got to find a way. He's down 4 rounds to none. He's got to land a big shot when Fry comes in. He's got to time it. If Fry can find a way to get him on his back again, it's going to look a lot like it has the last 4 rounds, and he's on his way to a new championship belt.
All right. Last round coming up.
They touch him up. A lot of class and respect. Head kick from Rakov. He's really going for broke. Right hand on the backup. To it. Unstoppable wrestling.
10 seconds, he's on his back again.
The crowd's been spoiled here with action tonight, and they're not a fan of the wrestling. But in terms of just implementing and imposing your will, Joziah Fry is doing that.
You know what? Fry's in here trying to win a championship. Everyone booing in the crowd just here drinking beers. And he's doing what he should be doing to get this victory. On a week notice, he exposed how he could win this fight in the very first round, and he stuck that game plan every round since.
Well, to quote Jay, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. His game plan's been perfect thus far, and it hasn't stopped. Cupcakes.
Thoroughly dominant.
5 rounds of dominance. What does Joziah have to do to get a finish at this point?
I was literally just thinking that. How strong and tough is Rakov that Fry can't quite get this finish, but I think he's worn him down enough that he could get it done this round. I think he's more or less just waiting for the opportunity. As soon as Rakov lets up, he'll try to take that submission.
Yeah, impressive for Rakov to survive this onslaught. This is an exhausting pace, and Fry's pitching a shutout, but there's no quit. It's a remarkable source of just heart from Rakov right now.
Rakov has not stopped moving for the entire fight. Everything, he is trying to improve his position all the time. It's not like he's giving up. It's just, you know, Fry has such a big experience gap between them in this general area of the game. You know, and again, like you said before, he prepared for a striker. Right? He wasn't prepared for this level of grappling of him, right?
Yeah, you talk about the guy that's coming in on a week's notice, but you don't always talk about the guy that has to face that guy that's coming on a week's notice, right? That's a big mental shift. You're training for a specific opponent. You're training for a striker, and now you're in here with a super high-level wrestler.
Just winging it.
And Rakov, he's continuing to fight, like you're saying. He's just simply getting out-wrestled.
And not only high-level wrestler, but from the performance here, one of the highest caliber wrestlers we've seen in this cage, just based off of his accomplishments, and they're showing in full force here tonight at Cage Titans. You know, national champion at Johnson & Wales University, and he can do no big ground and pound. Kevin McDonald looking close, but Rakov survived this much. You got to let him finish it out. He's still moving despite how violent this ground and pound's looking.
Fry's continuing to lay down some shots, and he stops it.
That's the end of it, yeah.
With 10 seconds to go, Rakov wanted to finish there, but Kevin McDonald just said, that's enough of those punches. Hey, he did get the finish. We were talking, what's he got to do? Posture up and ground and pound, make the referee undeniable there. But we've got a new flyweight champion. His name is Joziah Fry, and he gets one of the latest amateur finishes that I've ever seen. 10 seconds to go in the 5th and final round. Absolutely impressive. Fight stats for this amateur fight here.
Oh, not a lot of strikes thrown, obviously, right? Mostly takedowns, right? Only 2, I don't know how that's scored. That doesn't make quite a lot of sense. The statistics are a little skewed here.
Yeah, I don't know who put this together, but it's completely incorrect.
Incorrect entirely. He landed 33 strikes, and he only threw 8 strikes.
Unbelievable stats there.
He actually hit at a 400% ratio.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Fry had about 2.5 minutes of control per round.
Per round, yep.
I think he shot within 15 seconds
every time.
Every round.
Every time. It might have well have just been 15 straight minutes of control.
And it's no shot on Rakov's grappling. I'm sure he's great in grappling and on the mats, but Joziah Fry,
you know, not your night.
Wrestling.
He'll be back. Rakov will be back. Of that I have no doubt.
When this happens, it gives you something to work on. You're like, these are the types of guys I'm going to face. You need these lessons in the amateurs.
Yep, that's what amateur fights are for.
He's going to go do a lot of wrestling after this.
You fought for an amateur belt, man. How many people have done that? Not a lot, you know. Here's Andy.
For these two. Referee Kevin McDonald has called a stop to this title fight at 2 minutes, 52 seconds of round number 5. Giving you your winner by TKO and new Cage Titans amateur flyweight champion, Joziah King Fry. We will be back to action after this interview.
He just got wrestled, really.
Rough night. Thank you.
All right. I'm here with your winner, Joziah King. Yeah, you can keep. He says, do I get to keep it? Cut the music. You get to keep it for real. There you go, my man. Holy shit, what a whirlwind week. Sunday, you make your MMA debut. Before you even walk to the cage, Rebello's in my DMs saying, watch this kid. He wants to step in next week. 6 days later, after your MMA debut, fighting for a title, wrapping that around your waist, what's this moment feel like?
I mean, honestly, ever since I was a kid, I wanted to fight. I just got done with college, my wrestling career. I started MMA 2 months ago, had my debut last weekend, and then they were like, yo, 4-day notice, do you want to fight for the title? I said, fuck it, let's go in there and fight. Came in, took my title, second MMA fight ever. Now we're here, baby. Who's next? Who wants it?
Damn. Listen, man, you've competed. Competing's not, stranger to competing. 3-time national champion. How's this stack up, though? I mean, it's okay if you say that was better.
Yeah, that was way better. I love fighting MMA, baby. Can't wait to see where this journey takes me.
Well, man, Joziah, after a performance like that, you're only getting better. I don't know who's going to want to step up and fight you, but we'll do our best to get a defense for you. Any last words for everybody?
Whoever wants this cut title, come try to take it. I challenge every single one of you. Come try to take this title.
They're just fans. They're not all fighters. Either way, make some noise for King Joziah Fry.